coming to you live from beautiful St. Joseph, just off the shores of Lake Michigan. Good evening, everybody. I'm Casey Standohar, and welcome to Friday Football Tailgate. We are at Dickinson Stadium here today on the campus of St. Joseph High School. Tonight, the Bears hosting their longtime rival, the Niles Vikings, in the opening game of the 2024 season. Joined by our lead analyst, Brett Lesniak, and our color commentator, Ken Dietz. Guys, could we even ask for a better night to kick off this season?
Casey, I can't explain to you how excited I am to have high school football back. Not only do we have one of the best matchups in the area, but potentially one of the best matchups in the state. Southwestern Michigan, get your popcorn ready.
And these two communities are rich in tradition. This is the 102nd year that the Vikings will play St. Joe. We can't wait for this to get going. Hey, what do you think about it, crowd? You guys ready for some Friday night football?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Tonight's episode brought to you by Ace Hardware. We're celebrating 100 years of Helpful. Along with Ace Hardware, we have more sponsors: Remax by the Lake, ZB, TPC Technologies, and Alliance RV. We are streaming live right now on YouTube, but you can also listen live on News Talk Sports WSJM 94.9.
Friday Football Tailgates is exclusively funded through support from our sponsors and is not paid for through taxpayer dollars or through any school funding.
Yeah, please make sure and thank all your sponsors when you see them today. They've done a great job. They're making this free for the schools and making this great opportunity for our kids in our community.
All right, guys, now that we are underway here, Ken, I want to start with you. What is one thing you're looking for? What's got to happen on both sides for these two teams?
Boy, I'll tell you what, I can't wait to see if Niles can repeat what they did last year. They were phenomenal in the opening game. Or can St. Joe answer Niles after getting embarrassed 55-0 last year in Niles?
Brett, who should fans watch for? What are you looking to see?
Well, I mean, we're going to get ready to see one of the most exciting offenses in the state of Michigan, that triple option that Niles is going to run, and they're led by four-year starter Sam Rucker. Paul Hess, who I'm hearing is probably going to be out of the game tonight, but no problem. They still have Talon Bennett. And if they can duplicate what they did last year, now listen up to me loud, Niles fans, you could end up in Detroit at the end of the season.
Oh, man. What a prediction. I love it. But, Brett, what does this Niles offense still need to figure out?
Well, the biggest question mark is Talon Bennett. They had Talon Brawley for 3 seasons. All he did was lead him to a district championship and then a regional championship game. Now they have Talon Bennett. Can Talon Bennett duplicate what Talon Brawley did? If he can, I expect Niles to put a ton of points on the board.
Not so soon, my man. Not so soon. That's a lot to put on a Talon Bennett for his first game. Trying to fill up Brawley's shoes are big shoes to fill. But I would say this. When you have Rucker back there and that offensive line, don't forget about that. They are really good. This is going to be a good football game, and it's going to be one inside the trenches.
Exciting.
Absolutely.
No shortage of excited fans here today. We've got a lot more coming your way on Friday Football Tailgate. We're going to sit down soon, hear from the man himself, Niles Viking head coach Scott Shaw, and running back Sam Rucker. But first, here's a little bit more on the Niles Vikings.
You play for the brand, and our brand is right there in the middle of the field. You know, you play for Niles Vikings, and you're proud of it. There's a closeness that's developed, a bond between these kids, and you know, another one of our sayings is burn the boats. You know, land on the enemy's field and burn the boats. We're not leaving until we win. People, I think, in both towns are excited about it. You know, they're anxious to see a good show.
Team to beat. We have Coach Shaw with us now and Sam Rucker. Guys, thanks so much for being here on our pregame show. How do you feel?
I feel ready to go. Thanks for having us.
And Sam, what are your thoughts going into this game?
I think it's going to be a great game because, I mean, we both have pretty good offenses. We have a lot of guys returning too. So I think we'll do pretty well.
Sam, you're a 4-year starter. Coach Shaw calls you a touchdown waiting to happen. I haven't seen a football player like you in a long time, but can you talk to me a little bit about some of the challenges that this St. Joe defense presents with 19 starters coming back to a football team?
Well, obviously it's with the amount of people coming back. They know how to play football. I really think that's like a big part of it is how many plays and how many like years people have started. So I think that will be a tough thing to overcome.
And Coach, you said, some minor preseason injuries. What's the health status of this team right now?
We're pretty healthy. I know we got some guys that have a little dings and bruises and things, but we're going to put the best team we can out there.
What makes you confident, Coach, about coming into today's game?
Well, like Sam mentioned a little bit ago, we have a lot of experience. We've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football, and they're pretty good. We've got a good mixture of speed, and I think if we're physical tonight, I think that we've kind of set that as our modus operandi there. That our physicalness. I think that we're going to be, we should be okay at that point. So.
Coach Shaw, can you just talk about what Sam Rucker means to the program? I mean, I had a chance for the first time to see him when he was a freshman at Dowagiac, and I could not believe he was a freshman. But can you just talk about what he means to your program, not only on the field but off the field?
Well, Sam has started every game he has ever played in high school on the varsity level. So, I think that's 33 games already as a junior. Or as a senior now, with at least 9 left. That's all you're promised. But he has made a great impact, both offensively and defensively for us. He's a guy that can be trusted to, carry the ball and carry the ball well. I think he scored either 2 or 3 times last year in this game. And defensively off the edge, he brings a load.
He's definitely a load.
Coach, listen, you look around. You got cheerleaders behind you. You got everybody out in the crowd here. The support has been tremendous. What does that do for the confidence for you guys?
Well, I think I love our crowds. If you ever get a chance, come to Niles for a home game because it's a rocking place. The music and the student body and everybody there is very excited about football now, and I think that's a great thing. I couldn't be happier.
And there's actually amazing. I love that. And it's a road game. You got to remember, it feels like a home game for you guys, That's been awesome support. And there's one fan that has been just tremendous support, near and dear to the hearts of so many Niles fans, the players, the coaches. We'll get to him a little bit later, but for now, Sam, Coach Shaw, we'll let you guys get ready. Lots to do. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I'm a laugher sometimes.
I would have to say as a fan, Johnny is passionate and relentless.
Everybody knows him for his bubbly personality. He's a great source of energy and positivity. He's been around forever.
I can't remember a single practice or game that he missed.
Always cheering for us, always wanting us to do well.
Everybody knows him. He remembers everybody's name.
You ask him who played what position for Niles, no matter what the sport, probably knows it. You ask him any year about a Cubs player, he'll probably remember who that is.
He's like our human mascot pretty much.
Our school and our community wouldn't be the same without him.
It's fun with all the players and coaches and the AD and all of them, because I'm somebody to be pretty good in everything.
What's one word you would use to describe him?
Dedicated.
Unique.
Awesome.
Passionate.
Superstar.
What do you think's going to happen?
It's going to be close. I think we'll beat them.
Wow. What a great story about Johnny, the team manager. He's so amazing to see. And guys, I want to get to Coach Shaw's comments, but first, the support from someone like Johnny. What does that do for a program?
Well, what a great opening night match. We got two storied programs, two awesome coaches, a Hall of Fame coach, and we're just yards from beautiful Lake Michigan.
That's right.
Does it get any better than this? 7 o'clock kickoff, I can't wait.
Absolutely. And that video about Johnny, Brent, I mean, just speak to what that means when you have someone so supportive that the team clings to, the coaches cling to, the fans cling to.
I think Justin Grinnell hit it on the head when he was interviewing. Like, Johnny remembers everybody, he knows everybody. I played against Justin back in the day, but Johnny's that guy you go up, he gives you a hug, he talks to you. He's just an incredible guy, and he's been doing it for such a long time. I'm so excited that we got an opportunity to showcase him tonight.
And he's so impartial to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're from Niles or St. Joe or Dowagiac. He'll come up to you, like you said. He'll talk to you. He just loves to be around high school sports. Every community deserves to have somebody like Johnny.
Absolutely. And Coach Shaw just seems so confident in his comments with Sam. Ken, what stood out to you about what he said?
Well, just his confidence in his kids and his culture that he's bringing to the program and the community. He's done a great job wherever he's been. He came to Niles to win, and that's what he's doing.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear from the opposing team's coach, St. Joe's Andrew Prattley, and senior tight end Bobby DeLong about how they'll answer the Vikings tonight. Don't go away. It's the Friday Football Tailgate.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with our most durable paint. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Don't worry about me over here, I'm cooking.
Yellow peas are beneficial overall to the whole system.
Welcome back to Friday Football Tailgate, the ultimate grassroots celebration of high school football with local heroes that you know and support all season long. This program funded exclusively through sponsorships from businesses who love their local sports teams and want to help provide that premium content for their school districts. We're here at Dickinson Stadium in St. Joseph, Michigan, as the Bears meet their longtime rivals, the Niles Vikings. And joining us now are some members of the St. Joe Bears team. We have Coach Andrew Prattley and Bobby DeLong, senior tight end. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Appreciate you having us. Great to have you here at St. Joe.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Let's get to it. Guys, the energy from the crowd. Obviously, this is a big home game for you. How are you feeling coming into tonight, Coach?
Yeah, we're just excited. Sometimes you have some bad food and you get a chance to go brush your teeth and wash your mouth out a little bit. And we've had 364 days with a bad taste still in our mouth, so we're excited to get that going tonight.
Yeah, we had a great off season, and I feel like we're going to come into this very prepared.
Guys, I want to know, is this a redemption game for you?
I mean, it's just the first game of a new season, new team, new guys that are wanting to start off 1-0.
Yeah, the whole goal is 1-0.
So Coach Prattley, in 2022, I had a chance to do some of your football games, and you had an elite class that went to a state semifinal team and then a district championship game the next year. You come into last season, gone is Trey McGinnis, gone is Jerron Brown, gone is Matthew Lanier. Can you just talk about kind of starting over after losing all that production and when it kind of started to click last year?
Yeah, obviously not week one last year, but we got the train going a little bit in the middle of the year. It took us a few games with some young guys to get accustomed to varsity football, and to have a great 6-3 regular season record, get them in the playoffs was a great testament to their work ethic and their ability to want to be better. And so we were able to crawl out that hole we dug week one and get ourselves a pretty solid season.
Coach, you told us that Bobby on the phone this week is your back pocket weapon, that guy that can flex with the receivers and really be dynamic out there. How do you plan to use him to wear this Vikings team out?
Yeah, I think Bobby's been a tremendous offseason. He's really improved. He's been a great blocker and a good receiver, but his speed's up, his strength is up, and he's just a tenacious worker. And we're excited to be able to use him in a lot of ways and find the best matchups for us to be able to take advantage of.
And Coach Prattley, I think we know how good Bobby is on the field, but can you just talk about some of those special leadership qualities he has off the field that makes him so great?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously been selected as our number one jersey, which you'll hear about more, I think, later. But just a tremendous young man. He's a great kid inside the school. He's a great kid in the community. a great leader throughout our program and somebody that young kids can look up to, and that's why he was selected to wear that number, and he does a great job of representing our program on and off the field.
Coach, I've been around education for a long time, high school athletics. You have 34 seniors coming back, and I know you can only play 11 at a time, but how did those 34 help you prepare this year compared to last year?
Yeah, I think that the veteran status, right, when you have played those games, you've been in those situations, whether it was a situation like week 1 or a situation we're in a dogfight, we're pulling thing out late in the fourth quarter. Those guys have experienced that now, the leadership and the weight room in the offseason and what it takes to be good and really get back to where we want to be. And so it's great to have that veteran leadership. They know how to practice. It's been a workman-like mentality, and they get here, do their work, and go home, and it's been a great, solid start to our season.
Bobby, when you hear about that veteran leadership, Coach is talking about you, obviously. He speaks so highly of you. What does that confidence in you do for you ahead of this kickoff?
Well, I guess it's a safe feeling. It's nice to know that we got all these guys coming back and he believes in us. Because last year we had barely double-digit seniors and we lost over about 20 or 30. And yeah, I feel like we're a lot more ready for this task.
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk a little bit about, all your ball carriers coming back? Crossman is back as well. Is this going to be the same St. Joe football team, same offense? We're going to kind of run the veer, or are we going to mix it up? We're going to throw the football? What's it going to look like this year?
Yeah, time will tell. We'll see. Now, we're definitely not going to go far from our roots. I think Davis has done a tremendous job of making himself a better player in person over the offseason and really made some big strides. And, we've got 3 seniors back in the backfield, along with Blake Ciccarello and Bobby, as well. So good veteran up front line. We're not going to stray too far from those big fellas that lead us the way we want to go, but I do feel like they give us the opportunity to use whatever weapons we need to use at this point.
Coach, you told me on the phone this past week that, yes, your team used to be very work-minded, and they haven't lost that mentality, but they have come together as more of a family, more of a brotherhood, and had a little bit of fun. How has that dynamic made you guys even better on the field?
Yeah, I think the seniors have done a really good job of making sure the young guys were embraced a little more this year. The competition has been healthy, and when we're able to start 22 kids and really push each other in practice, that really has made a difference. And I think our junior leaders and senior leaders have both made sure that the groups have mixed and really come together as a good group. And obviously we feel like we're a pretty strong family right now, and we're going to be able to take some tests throughout the year.
Bobby, my last question for you is, what's the mindset going into this game? Are you listening to certain music? Are you superstitious? Anything you have to do before this one?
Well, I guess just listening to calm music. Stay calm. Don't get too amped up. Kind of just chill. That's kind of my vibe.
I love it. Get ready to tear it up out there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. We'll let you go get settled, get ready.
If you're looking to buy or sell in our current market, finding the right agent is everything. You really want to have an agent who knows the local market, who can guide you through the process and give you really good advice. That's what a RE/MAX by the Lake agent will provide to you.
We got big numbers again, and veteran staff. We got 13 seniors last year, bringing 38 this year, so it's a veteran group that is excited to get going.
Joining me now are some new guests. Ken and Brett kind of took a break for a little bit. We'll let them eat something and hang out. But I'd like to welcome in Nicole Schmidt and her children from the Rocket Kids group. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. How exciting is this?
This is fantastic. Thanks for having us. It's so fun seeing everybody out here and kicking off the season.
Tell us more about who's with us here today and the Rocket Kids program.
Sure. So these are my kids. This is Brianna. She's 11. And this is Andrew. He is 8. They've been playing for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. Brianna got to do the first ever girls league in the spring, which was super exciting. It was awesome to see just girls out there kicking butt.
Love it. Guys, what sports do you play? I'll start with you, Brianna.
I play flag football and softball.
Flag football is becoming really big. How exciting is that for you?
Really exciting.
Love it. And you?
Can you give
him the mic?
I play baseball and flag football.
What position are you in baseball?
Second base.
I love it. My brother was a second baseman too. That's awesome. And what made you two want to play sports?
Basically just to give us something to do because we got really bored.
I love it. I love it. Why is that so important, Nicole, just for the students and your kids to be involved in athletics at a young age and into high school as well?
Yeah, I think it's super important to be a part of a team and to learn from everybody and be able to work as a team. You're not going to like everybody, but you got to get out there and give it your all. And it's super important to stay active and not just play video games all day.
And tell us more about how your organization pairs with St. Joe.
Sure. So our organization is trying to build fields for the Rocket football program and also for baseball and softball and give us a Miracle League here in St. Joe, which is great.
And if people are interested in supporting St. Joe's Youth Sports Foundation, that vision for youth sports, where can they find more information and how can they get involved?
Yeah, so our website is sjufsports.com, so that's the best way, but we're on Facebook and Instagram. We post stuff on there all the time. We have a current fundraiser going right now to help us with the football fields. So please check us out, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us on email, Facebook, call me. My number is pretty much everywhere now, I feel like. So yeah, just reach out. We'd love to make it happen in this community.
I love it. So I want to get to predictions for tonight's game. I feel like I'm going to know where you guys are leaning, but we'll start with you.
I think the Bears are going to win.
I love it. I want to give your mic to your brother. What do you think?
Go Bears.
Go Bears. Very simple. Nicole, yes. I'll end that with you. What are you thinking for tonight's game? A score prediction, maybe?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm definitely hoping it's closer than last time, but I'm definitely going for the Bears 100%.
Absolutely.
So, yes, absolutely. Maybe just by 1 touchdown, but we'll take it.
I love it. The confidence in this team, so exciting. Thank you, guys. And I want to talk a little bit more about the support from the community as well. How important is that to have everybody here?
Yeah, very important. I mean, we're not going to get anywhere without our community, so that's huge. We need everybody's support and everybody to come out and cheer us on and help us and help the young kids go all the way through high school. I mean, we need everything for these kids. It's so important to keep them active.
You guys either have a career in athletics ahead of you or broadcasting, because you both look like naturals up there. So thank you so much. I will let you guys head off, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much
Go
for
Bears.
having us.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Thank you. Go Bears!
Yeah. There's a water park, football field. I see a park. There's a playground, yeah. That is so much people.
That's the play area.
Yeah, that's like the football.
That's the football field.
And that must be like the baseball or softball.
Yeah, there's 4 fields.
I think it's great because it does help the sports need that we have here in the community, but it's also just a family-oriented place. So it's definitely something that has multi-purpose all the way around.
I'm Casey Standahar, your host for Friday Football Tailgate, the exclusive high school football pregame show. We'll be tailgating at Lakeshore High School on September 13th when the Lancers welcome in the Portage Central Mustangs. Get ready for an electrifying hour packed with live interviews, surprise guests, and plenty of school spirit. Catch all the action by visiting FridayFootballTailgate.com or listen live on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Side shuffle, guys. Face me. Face me. You guys are the luckiest kids out there right now. You get to go play football in front of all your family and friends, okay? Go, Devin, go, Devin, go! There we go.
I'm going to a birthday party.
Ooh, fun.
I'm going to the movie theater.
Yeah. Speed, man. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Friday Football Tailgate. And we want to just say a special thanks to American Idol winner Nick Frediani for his song Empire that you guys just heard there. It's available on Apple Music, Amazon Music, streaming platforms everywhere. And we're back, guys, and we've got some historians with us, if you will, some guys who could speak to just the history of this rivalry. We're joined now by Jim Knoll and Dave Durr. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Friday Football Tailgate.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm really pleased to see you, Dan. It's been years, I think, but I was just mentioning a game back in 1979, and you seem to remember that.
I remember most of them here.
Yeah.
That one's especially. Niles St. Joe is a great rivalry. It goes back a long way and precedes me, actually. And I think when Niles was in the conference with St. Joe, that's when it really, in the 70s,
Right.
in the 80s, it was really dynamic.
Right, it was. One of our great rivalry games, obviously, was to come either here or have St. Joe come down and play us. And that 79 game is a great game for me, double overtime game. I happened to score early in the game, and you guys pulled it out in the end. And it was just a fantastic game. Cries, tears in the locker room after. Just amazing.
And Jim, you're a former linebacker for this team, and Dave, you've been the public address announcer for the last 51 years. What a career!
Well, surprisingly, it just kind of slips away from me before you know it.
Do you have a certain memorable season that stands out from all those years doing PA?
There were several. When I first came here, I think 6 out of the first 7 years we were undefeated, which preceded the state championships. But St. Joe, well, I've been here, I've run through just a ton of talent and great coaching and a great program. And when you go undefeated and win as many games as some of our longtime coaches, like Ike Mullenkamp was here for so long, it presents a great program and great challenge.
Well, Dave, I got a season for you. I'm going to take this all the way back to my childhood. Can you just talk about that 1988 state championship run for St. Joe when you had the great Rob Fredrickson, who went on to playing 8 years in the NFL? Can you just talk about that team, and then can you talk about maybe the greatest high school football player on the other side of the field for Farmington Hills Harrison, Mill the Thrill Coleman?
He was a tremendous athlete, and we would have had a state championship had it not been had he been hurt or something. But Rob Fredrickson and St. Joe's that year had great talent all over the field. Eben Sanders was a tremendous quarterback. We had great receivers, great defense. There were just a lot of athletes through there. Rob was kind of special. I had a great pleasure of talking with his coaches in the NFL at one point. And they told me that Rob was such a key member of their defense that they didn't think they could field the defense if he wasn't out there, because he knew what every assignment was on that field.
Wow.
I had him as a student. I knew him when he was growing up as a young man. He was just tremendous.
Yeah. A quick question for you. It's a yes or no answer. Rumor has it you've only missed one game in 51 years.
Yeah, I believe that's true. I had a funeral.
What was the reason for that absence?
Family funeral.
Oh, sorry about that. You have been at every game. That's incredible.
Yeah,
that is such a track record.
Hey, and real quick, I just want to give Jim Knoll a shout out here. He actually gave me my first job after I was getting out of football and kind of retiring from playing at Niles in the in-school suspension room. So I'll always be grateful for it.
Well, you know quality when you see it.
Well, guys, does the name Tim Gourlay mean anything to either of you?
Sure does.
Yes, it does. He's a tremendous athlete.
And a better person.
Absolutely. That spirit that you both remember is something that Tim remembered too. And our producers got a chance to chat with Tim, earlier this week. Here's what he had to say about his time with Niles and how it shaped his career.
I'm Tim Gourlay. I played quarterback at Niles High School in 77, 78, 79. Well, back when I played, there was only 4 classes, and we played in the Big 8, so we traveled a ton up to Portage and Kalamazoo, Holland, and had some very tough competition, and it was very hard to make the playoffs with all the few different divisions there were. I think the Big 8 was a very tough division. I mean, it's Class A. St. Joe was near us, so they were pretty much our rivalry. We were right in our backyard, so we pretty much got pumped up to play them, that's for sure. And then our senior year, we went 9-0, made the playoffs. I played quarterback, defensive back, punter, kicker. I've been to a few Niles games recently, and I think Coach Shaw has brought a different brand to the team and to Niles High School. Along with, I think, Matt Brawley as athletic director, he's really trying to change things around. I mean, they have a brand new stadium now with nice turf, and I think the brand is changing, and it's all due to probably the culture of the administration that's there. I'm going to steal a piece from Lee Corso and predict the winner for tonight's game. It's probably going to come to a surprise to you, but I'm going to say, go Vikings!
Welcome back, everybody. Brent here on stage with Ace Hardware. We appreciate you coming back here and supporting us, a big sponsor for us. Let's give a hand for Ace Hardware, everybody.
Thank you.
Well, Matt, can you just talk about this wonderful community that we have here in St. Joe? And you know, everybody in the community is always involved in football and all the sports, and it's just one of those communities that you get so excited to come to. But can you just talk about, you know, how you're staying involved in the community and what keeps you staying involved in the community?
Well, yeah, born and raised here, moved away for the military, for a military stint there, but moved back about 8 years ago with my wife and kids. Father started, my grandfather started the business about 1968. Dad bought him out, and that's the process I'm working towards right now. But yeah, sports is a huge, I think it's just great for kids in general. Keeps them out of trouble, gives them discipline. So it's a very big, you know, for any community, I think that's very important to have. And that's something we try to, you know, instill with our kids and, you know, kids in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I remember most about, you know, high school sports is the community. And I had a chance to play at the college level and the professional level after, but I never got that experience that I did. Can you just share some of your memories of being a part of this community and maybe playing sports when you were growing up?
Yeah, honestly, it was really with my dad. I always saw him at every sporting event that I had, my sisters, every sporting event, seeing that, you know, that connection between children and their parents at every sporting event, coaching, just being not only, you know, a life coach, but like a sporting coach. It's just something that we see on the sidelines, and that's when we moved back here. I figured, you know, that's what I need to do, because if we don't, you know, if we don't have that carry on to the next generation, it's going to, you know, die out. So
there's so many parallels between sports and real life, and how important it is for a community like yours to be involved in something like this.
It's huge. I know when they came to us and they said, hey, look, we're trying to do this around sports, building the program, not only the football, but also, as you can see over there, the softball, baseball. We're doing the fields, but then also, like Nicole was up here previously, trying to raise money to build more sports facilities out there on Main Lane. It's something that just is really important to the community. It drives not only, you know, that membership, but also the education, so they do better in school.
Oh, awesome. Matt, we're going to put you on the spot. We got all these fans here. We know you're a big St. Joe guy, but who wins the football game tonight?
I think Bears squeak out a win, 41-14.
Nice. Nice. Bears fans, let's hear you. Yeah.
Well, Matt, we really appreciate your support. We can't do this out here. We're gonna throw it over to the grill, over to Casey. Casey, go ahead.
Guys, this is my favorite part of the show because I get to eat, okay? This is the best part of our pregame show. We have the grill master, Justin Hayes, the king of the grill, with us right now. And special thanks to Alliance RV for supporting us and bringing in this awesome fifth wheel trailer that we have here. Everybody's hanging out. We're having a good time. Justin, I got to ask you, what are we making up here on this grill from Ace Hardware? Weber Grill, by the way.
Pretty basic today. We're just kind of doing hamburgers and hot dogs. But, yeah, happy to be here, happy to be helping out, volunteering. So,
what are some of the most classic foods you can eat? Obviously the hot dogs, obviously the burgers, but what's really important when you're thinking about tailgating food for football?
Coming up with a plan, making a menu, getting ahead of time. So, yeah, we always be sure and do that. Make sure you got all your utensils and everything all ready to go. So,
what are some of the features of this grill from Ace Hardware? Obviously a Weber grill, the Genesis. What can you show us? Because I'm not really professional when it comes to this stuff.
it's really cool. I was just getting familiar with it, but it's got like a sear zone on it. So here, and you can just get this really scorching hot for steaks and seafood and whatnot. But it's great. Yeah, I've just been playing around with it, and yeah, so far so good. I really like it.
So with these two teams, who are you expecting to win here tonight?
Well, I mean, I live in the Lakeshore District, but I coached St. Joe Rocket football for years, so I'm a St. Joe guy. So
You're a St. Joe guy. I love it. We have some people here that are rooting for St. Joe's as well. Obviously, a big redemption game for them. And there's also a special Zen B pasta that we're going to try here in a little bit. You can make it in 90 seconds. It's so easy for students, for fans, anyone to eat quickly, and there's some Mexican street corn flavors. So we're going to try that a little bit later. But guys, we'll send it back over to you. I'm going to get some grub.
Ken, is there anything better than cooking out at a football game? Friday Football Tailgates is what it's all about. Once again, let's look at the crowd. We got the band behind us playing. Like, what an amazing environment. And Ken, maybe Casey's going to bring some of that food up here. What do you think?
Well, we talked about it a little bit last night, and we asked her to, but we'll see. They look like they're having a good time over there. We can't thank them enough for what they did, the sponsorship. We can't do this again. This is all free for schools, and we can't do it without their sponsorship. It's exciting.
And Matt's been, donating a lot of his time and doing stuff for the community for a long time, and you can just tell he bleeds those Bear blue and gold. So you can tell he was fired up. He's excited about it, and we're glad to have him on here. And really good segment, and we had the girls segment, so now I'm kind of hungry, Ken.
Yeah, now the traditions in these schools and communities, right, and the ties that everybody has. It's awesome, and to have this tailgate show starting here tonight, and all the people here. Niles brought a few buses here. We got the cheerleaders behind us. The band's going to yell and scream next and beat on their drums and make some noise. Fantastic.
Ken, I think you got a trivia question for us.
I do. I have a trivia question. Here it is. Everybody think about it. We'll come back and get it. In the 1994 NFL Draft, St. Joe High School alum and Michigan State graduate Rob Fredrickson was selected by the Raiders in the first round. Here's the question. What pick was he overall? Again, in 1994, the NFL Draft, St. Joe High School alum and Michigan State graduate Rob Fredrickson was selected by the Raiders. In the first round, what overall pick was Rob?
They didn't give us anything easy there. Like I guess there's a lot of guesses we could take. Does anybody in the crowd got any ideas what number Fredrickson was picked? Ken, what do you think?
I'm thinking probably 13 or 14.
Okay. I'm going to guess a little bit lower than that. I'm going to go 17 or 18.
All right.
So I don't know. We'll see.
I coached against that young man in basketball. He was something else.
He was incredible. I mean, he was just an all-around athlete, one of the best football players I've ever seen. I remember when he played for the Cardinals. Just an incredible career, and St. Joe should be really proud to have alumni like that in their program.
Well, and he was an outstanding kid, too. I mean, just a really good person, just like the kids we had up here tonight. Both schools and both communities do a great job, not only with their football programs, but just raising good kids and their expectations. Coaches do a great job of that expectation.
Oh, yeah, we're going to send it over to the drum line.
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace. Find a Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, or Blackstone. You won't find all these premium brands and service at a warehouse store, only at your neighborhood Ace. Buy a new grill at Ace and get free assembly and delivery.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Back with you on Friday Football Tailgate. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And guys, I heard about the trivia. I didn't get to eat yet. We got some food over here, but I'm dying to know the answer. Please.
Well, do you have a guess, Casey?
Can you read me the question again?
NFL draft.
Yeah.
Rob Fredrickson graduated from St. Joe, went to Michigan State, got drafted in the first round. What number pick was he picked overall?
Oh, gosh. 3?
Ooh, I like it.
Casey said 3. I believe you said 12 or 13. I said 17 or 18.
I did, but maybe I want to change my pick. I think maybe I have another guess, and I promise I did not look this up on my phone. I'm going to go 22.
22.
You
are
cheated.
spot on.
No.
22 is the answer. Congratulations.
Hey!
Rob
There's
Fredrickson.
nobody in the crowd over there helping me, I promise you.
I don't know about the legitimacy of
Not that guy in the Cubs hat.
Oh, my goodness. Well, guys, the energy and the passion, the drive that we're seeing from both these two teams, just the support has never been more evident, and especially when a team has to rally to help one of their own.
Yeah, and this, 10 years ago, there's nothing but a better example than this kid that wasn't able to reach those goals. But what a special kid in the community this young man was.
Let's watch more.
My name is Kevin Jones. I am alumni of the class of 2017 of St. Joseph Public Schools, and I was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2014. So I started playing football when I was in 7th grade. I played 7th grade, 8th grade, and 9th grade. Played all those 3 years and absolutely loved it and had dreams to kind of play varsity level and everything. Some of the symptoms building up to my diagnosis were I had double vision, I had loss of focus, and I had headaches and back pain. And I thought, I was playing football, I was a freshman in high school, so the loss of focus and back pain was just growing pains and everything. And then it was one of those surreal moments where I knew something was wrong, but I didn't think it was that serious. And based off of the 2 biopsies they did, that's when they determined that it was germinal brain cancer. It was, heartbreaking. I couldn't fulfill that dream, but another dream, came upon with Coach Church, and he not only made me a team manager, but I was part of the team. I still did the football workouts. I still did all the things that the players did, just not that physical contact aspect. I was Coach's right-hand man. After we won the games, at the away games, I would ring the bell and just help all, behind the scenes aspect of, getting that victory. It's crazy to be back here 10 years later, in a sense, I can just feel all the memories that happened on this field or happened in this facility. A lot of good memories, a lot of bad memories, but, it was a lot of fulfilling memories that really helped shape who I am and really helped become who the person I am today because of this program and because of St. Joe football and St. Joe Public Schools.
And Kevin is joining us now. Kevin, thank you so much for being here. To rewatch that video that you just shot with us, it's such an amazing story. Congratulations on your milestone, being cancer-free. What is it like to have this milestone come up after 10 years?
It's just a great opportunity to be out here and to really help give back to the community, to help tell my story and other stories, with my upcoming documentary coming up and everything. It's really exciting just to be at St. Joe and just to relive every moment,
Yeah, let's talk about that documentary real quick. What is it called and what is it all about?
Yeah, so the documentary I'm producing is called Beyond the Diagnosis, Triumph Over Cancer. That is basically featuring 5 cancer survivors from Barron County, myself included, and basically just hear the remarkable stories that they went through. And we're hoping to air it sometime in end of September, early October on my Facebook page, K Jones Productions. And we're just hoping to get awareness and just let people know what Barron County is all about.
Ken?
Well, Kevin, what an awesome story, and we thank you for being here tonight. Before you leave, I don't want you to go too far. I have a special guest I want to bring up on stage for you, just to come around and rate this great show.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Good.
It's great to see you, man.
Yeah.
Great to see you. Great story.
Oh, my goodness.
Great guy right here.
Kevin's
Great
coach,
kid,
Gandalf
great kid.
Church,
Great kid.
joining us now. Thank you so much for coming on. Kevin, are you surprised?
Yeah.
Did we give it away? We were trying to keep it a
Trying to hide
secret.
back there, trying to hide.
It's
Oh
great,
my
Coach,
gosh.
yeah.
I love it. What has Coach just meant to you? You mentioned it in the video a little bit, but just his support, making sure that you were part of that team even though everything didn't go according to plan.
Yeah, he was everything. He helped launch my video career and help become who I am today.
And Coach, what do you have to say about that?
Oh, well, first thing is Kevin did way more for me than I think I did for him. Such an inspiration that I still use today, and he was a very, very important part of the team. He was my right-hand man. He would stand next to me at practice. He was in charge of formation cards, and and I was pretty intense coach. And then sometimes I'm like, Kevin, let's go. We gotta go faster. And he had his practices were harder than the players a lot of times because he had a very, very important job, and we expected him to do it at a high level because he was a varsity football player. And he got to wear the most important number at the St. Joe football program, the number 1 jersey, and probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, number 1s of all time.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to say thank you guys because you're making us all cry. A pivotal part of that Bears team. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks,
we'll say
guys.
goodbye. And we're going to bring on our play-by-play and analysts for this game that's kicking off at 7 p.m. Joining us now, Michael Markoch and Brett Witkowski. We're going to get them up here in just a second. Thank you again. Calling the game for this team, Michael and Brett, guys, thank you so much for coming on again.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, you guys
It
got
still
a game.
fits.
You got a game to call soon, and I want to talk more about that. Obviously, it's a big deal. This is a huge season opener for these two teams. Michael, I'll start with you. Your career, what's been so important and starting this career? Obviously, you've done a lot of work, but your career started at Michigan State as well.
It did. I owe everything that I have to this point up to Michigan State and what I learned there, getting to call Division I sporting events in the Big Ten, which I know is very passionate in this area, doing Michigan State basketball for one season. Everything that I learned and everything that, if you listen to me tonight, everything you hear, I got from them.
Brett?
Michael, so we had a chance to call some games last year earlier in the season, and Niles started off a little slow. They lost a football game at Lakeshore, but can you just talk about how that season went on and when you knew they could have a really good season last year?
I think you knew it from week one. And I know that a lot of people around here, obviously that game against St. Joe, you knew that something was different because that isn't what Niles used to look like. And I think a lot of that credit needs to go to the new head coach, Scott Shaw, now in his 4th season, and the way that they play. Their offense is so difficult to stop, and they had so much power up front. They were able to block for their backs, and if they got on the edge, you had absolutely no chance in stopping them. So they were an extremely physical football team, and I think the entire year on, they just kept getting better and better and better, and it was a shame to see it end short.
Brett, I know we don't have a ton of time, but you got a huge accomplishment in coming early 2025. You want to tell us really quick what that is?
Oh, I'm going to be a grandfather. Yeah.
Love that.
So, yep.
An accomplished player at Ball
Yep.
State and an accomplished analyst, but also going to be a grandfather. Guys, real
Yep,
quick,
we're gonna be
your
here.
predictions for this game.
Well, it's going to be St. Joe 27-15. Where's my bear hat? I had a bear hat up
Oh,
there.
well, I don't know if we're ready to give you this
Oh.
yet.
We good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we're ready
yeah.
to get the. Oh, it's coming out anyway. Mike, what's your prediction? Oh my goodness.
It may be a little bit more unpopular here, but I'm taking Niles tonight.
I love it. My goodness, you're split both ways.
Thanks, guys.
Our lead analyst and our play-by-play for tonight's game. Guys, we'll let you get ready for the game, and we also want to predict a little bit ourselves here. Brent, thank you guys again for joining us. Brent, what are you thinking tonight? We've only got about an hour before kickoff.
I think it's going to be a really good football game. I mean, you got two really good teams. So I think it's going to be a good football game. But, Casey, why don't you go ahead and do a first prediction?
Well, I need to keep things interesting. Obviously, I am not from Michigan, so these two teams are newer to me. I'm going to go with the Bears. I am. I think it's time for some redemption. I think it's time for a big home victory. Historically, this team has won, so I'm going with St. Joe. And I want to finish up here with Ken. Your prediction as well, Brent. I don't know if you told us yours.
No,
I'm sorry.
I got to
So
do
sorry.
mine.
Go ahead.
St. Joe, we got one prediction for the Bears. Yeah, let's go. St. Joe will be back in 2024, and they're going to be back big time. This is a very good football team. Nobody, I mean nobody, comes into Dickinson Stadium and pushes the St. Joe Bears around, am I right? Oh yeah, except for tonight, when the Niles Vikings kick the door in and take over the whole house. Let's go Vikings and dominate the game.
Pulling a fast one on us. Ken, we'll go to you.
All right, here we go. 55-0 last year. I think the Vikings are going to do it again. Go Vikings!
We had both the Bearhead and the Vikings head with us, taking a page from Lee Corso. Guys, thank you everyone for joining us live on YouTube and on WSJM. We want to thank St. Joe for hosting here tonight, letting us come here for our very first Friday Football Tailgate show. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our crew who made this happen. We could not do this without you, the fans. Everyone has been so supportive. We will see you guys on September 13th when Lakeshore takes on Portage Central. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We got to get ready for kickoff, 7 p.m. More Friday football coming your way. Thanks again.
The rage into